It's not too bad. We're only 6 minutes late. We got to get a little better with that. Um, Share my screen. I think it's interpreting for me. Do you see that on the side where it says transcript? Do you see it? Anyway, all right, let me share.
It might be because it said recording and transcribing.
Okay, all good. I'm going to make my screen as large as I can make it. And it's good to see some of our school site council members on as well. Just really, this is going to be a great year for us in terms of parent voice and in terms of student voice. So this is our meeting title. Isn't that a great tiger? Wonderful, Tony the Tiger. Okay, grades. Families, please talk to your child about getting their assignments in, retaking tests if they need to, redoing assignments if they need to. They can always contact. Uh-oh, someone has their hand up already. Who's that E1? Elijah? Or is that
It's
Miss
Heather
Miss
Cromsey.
Heather? Hey, Heather.
Hey, so I was talking with some parents at water polo today, and apparently quite a few of our kiddos are meeting some resistance with scheduling makeups and missing work either from being sick or from sports. So we've attempted, several of us, to contact teachers through Teams, but with no response. And I know grades are due Friday, so I don't know, maybe if a reminder needs to go out to the teachers that if kids are being pulled out for sports, that they need to be given the option to make up work.
Yeah, that announcement did go out. And so those same teachers are all on it. In fact, one
But
was
they're
talking about how to set up the new lab. So if
right.
those
The
students,
science, yeah,
oh,
Mrs. Vang sent hers out today, but there's others that were not, they're not communicating with parents or students, and or students have been told that they cannot make up that work. So do we need to come into the office and kind of case by case advocate for that? Because like I said, we're not the only ones. I talked to 3 other parents today that are having the same
yeah,
issue.
yeah, if they would just reach out to me so I can know what student. But
Okay.
the teachers have already received information about making sure that we're allowing students to make up the work that they need to when it's based on illness or participating in extracurricular activities. I don't want to speak to all the circumstances because there might be a circumstance where the student actually did have an opportunity to make up the work. And when they made it up, they did not get the score. So, but based on your situation, though, um, yes. So I just need to know their names and their classes so that I can support the teachers and getting information to them.
Okay, yeah, I'll let those other parents know then to just come or to contact the office, because like I said,
Absolutely.
it came up today, and it was very, like, 4 or 5 of us that are our kiddos are having that issue.
Yeah, and
So
have them text me. Once again, that's 559. Let me see, can I put it in the chat real quick? Yeah, just have them text me.
okay, yeah, because a few were hesitant to come to the office because, and same with me. Like, there's 2 teachers that I've personally messaged on Teams saying, "This is Heather, what do we do?" And I've had 0 response, like not
Yeah.
even an acknowledgement. So, and this has
And that
been
was
like
in Teams. And that was
yeah,
in Teams.
yep,
Okay, so I'm wondering if something is going on then. But yeah, let's work through this because we only got a couple of days,
I know, and
and
that's why we're all kind of
I
like,
need
hey,
everyone. I need all their grades in.
yeah,
To any other parent, please go ahead and just text me at 559-726 0175.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let them know. So we'll probably get a
Okay.
bunch tonight. You'll be busy.
No, it's it's all good. This is the work. We just want to make sure our kids are validated for the knowledge that they have and the work that they do. So our ceremony is the 23rd. The 23rd. And so we do want to let you know that the awards assembly ceremony is for students who have a 3.0, 3.5, or 4.0. All right. And I mean in between. So 3.0 to 3.49, 3.5 to 3.99, and then a 4.0. Those three groups will be celebrated, and they cannot have any fails. The fourth category of student we will be celebrating are students with perfect attendance. The fifth category of students that we will be celebrating are students who in some way met our guidelines for success, TIGERS. And TIGERS stands for truthful, inquisitive, growth mindset, engaged in our school, and responsible. So I'll be pushing out to teachers to submit names of students who exhibit those character traits. The assembly will be 8:45 will be seventh grade assembly, and 9:45 will be eighth grade assembly. Here's some grade data as you guys are getting accustomed to. I love arming you all with data. So you can see in this first column, this is the total number of students in a class. The second one is the average grade. The next one is the percentage of A's. The next one is the number of A's, then the percentage of B's, and the number of B's, and so forth. Did I see Noah's hand up?
Yeah, sorry, I'm on my son's his Teams account and I can't access the chat to ask. I stepped away really quick and came back right when you switched the slide for the times.
Oh, okay.
8:45. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And so as you see, our art students are averaging a 98.5%. Band advance is over 100%. Band beginning, 100%. Band intermediate, 95%. Chorus, 100%. Dance, 100%. Drama, 102. English grades in the seventh grade, the average is a 74%. English 8 is an average of 79%. In exploratory arts, 101. Explore careers, 79%. Engineering and design, 79%. These are average scores. Explore info, 87%. Computer science, 86%. Leadership, 87%. Once again, I'm looking at that second column. Math 7, the average score is 85%. Math Accelerated, 88%. Math 8, 78%. Men's Alliance, 96%. Orchestra, 99%. Orchestra Intermediate, 100%. Physical education for seventh graders, 96%. Eighth grade, 97%. Seventh grade science, 82%. Eighth grade science is 73%. Oh boy. Tournament of Technology, average score of 66%. US History, 81%. Women's Alliance, 100%. World History is 83%. So once again, really important that your students get in all of their class work, homework, makeup tests, do those labs, urgent, urgent, urgent. And as I stated earlier, I will support all students who are involved in extracurricular activities with making up work from classes that already did not go over whatever the criteria was in the class. So there are some extenuating circumstances that um, may cause a kid not to be able to do certain things. Now I move on to social media threats. I want
Um,
to,
Mr. Brookins, we have one
yeah,
question from a parent.
okay.
It says parents can attend the award ceremony, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. I should have said that first. We want to pack the house.
um,
Standing room only. Social media threats. So, as you all know, there was a nationwide trend over the last 4 weeks of threats being made online. Uh, Although many of those threats were non-substantive, it creates fear and concern in our community. And so, um, what you should know about the social media threats, the ones in Fresno that were deemed non-substantive, a few pointers, parents. Number one, let me get to the bullets. Social media threats are taken serious. Law enforcement follows through with full investigations. The information is disseminated once it's validated. Information is needing to be validated. So we did have the situation. Oh, the next bullet. Hearsay can create increased fear. So some of the things that were happening that made the social media threats even more fearful were, adults and students claiming they knew something that they didn't. So saying, "Oh, we're being held hostage right now," or and parents getting information from their children, and wanting to be able to keep them safe, and was reporting out lots of hearsay. So I do realize what a a a feeling of almost helplessness that can create for us. But I want to appreciate you all for allowing us to go through our protocols to make sure our kids are safe. And you should know that even though I received a report that they were not substantive threats, me being a parent myself, I wanted to make sure that our kids and you all still had the peace of mind. So I did use extra monies to hire an extra campus safety assistant to be on campus those days, walking the perimeter. And I also worked with law enforcement for them to give an extra patrol. There have been 5 arrests made in the last 2 months for students. Oh, who that? Can someone mute yourself? Okay, for students or people, actually, because it wasn't all students, who made a social media threat, 5 have been arrested. So please talk with your child. Social media threats will be taken seriously. If they are distributing, forwarding, or a part of the formulation of a social media threat, they may be arrested. This is an example that was sent to me by our SRO of an incident that took place at Glacier Point. And as you can see, it was an Instagram story. And it says, GP, be ready, another student message, asking him if he planned to shoot up the school. In response, they sent a photograph of a semi-automatic pistol next to a backpack. The student circulated a screenshot of the conversation to several students. One female student feared for her life and asked her mom to pick her up from the school so she would not die. My goodness, isn't this horrible? Anyway, in this instance, the student was taken to juvenile hall. This next one happened at Tehipity, where the principal, that an employee advised the principal that her son encountered an Instagram account by the name of something, went on the page and observed a post which threats were made to commit a shooting at Tehipity Middle School. The post with the threats contained the following: I'ma shoot y'all something up. Stand on that. Something cuz. Well, they located the person who made that statement, and they are in juvenile hall. So for those slides, I just wanted you all to know that myself and our team, we take them serious, and we will disseminate information as things are verified. What I don't want to do is to send out a blast text message. There was a social media threat. There was a this, there was that, and have you all anxious when I don't even have the details of the information. That's irresponsible, and it's not in the best interest of our students. And also remember, in the case of a lockdown, we will communicate as law enforcement gives us information. I know the knee-jerk reaction is, I'm gonna go down to that school. If it was a true lockdown, you wouldn't be able to get in anyway because the police will have us locked down. And you also don't want to be seen by the police as somebody that's aggressive during the time they're trying to find an assailant. All right, so that's the social media threat part of the presentation. Is there any clarifying questions? Not an overall question. Is there a clarifying question about social media threats that I can answer for you? Okay, we'll move to the next slide. Okay, now we're to our behavior data. As you can see on the left, 2023-24, 2024-25. This same time last year, we had 153 misbehaviors. This year, there's 95 documented. I also want to point out, I don't know who stated it, it came back to me. They said a parent, but I couldn't believe one of you would say this. So it probably from another school, was stating that, oh, their misbehaviors are low because he doesn't permit teachers to put it in. I hope none of you all heard that because that is a lie. Teachers put in misbehaviors as they see it, and staff. And admin do not have the power to reverse a teacher's entry. So our data is clean. This is what's being perceived by staff members, and they put it in. As you can see, we were lower in August and September, and we're still lower in October as of now. So, woo, good job. But I would say that one misbehavior is too many, so we're working on it, and we will do everything we can to continue to teach. train, and facilitate the growth of all of our kids to make good choices. This slide shows the incidence by grade level. Oh boy, 8th grade. We got to work on the 8th grade. Oh boy. So you see 7th grade, this dark blue is the level 3. Excuse me, the level 1. So level 1 is the lowest level, then it's 2, and then it's 3. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Next slide. This is where the misbehaviors are happening. Uh-oh, parents. You see that it's all happening largely in the classroom? And if misbehavior is happening in the classroom, that means instruction is being interrupted. That means students who were just about to master the concept was interrupted by some misbehavior. So parents, please talk to your children and your friends' children. And, when you're out at the events, let's have a culture that honors the instructional time of all students. These are the type of reasons for the misbehavior. You see defiance. Wow. Defiance is just saying, I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. Oh boy. Disruptive, disrespectful. So those are all attitude things. I think all of you as parents would agree with me on that. So that's something we can work on. And I always lean on the idea of is what I'm being asked to do reasonable? Is it reasonable? That's the way I talk to the students. And most of them would say, Mr. Brookins, you're right. I should have sat back down. Mr. Brookins, you're right. I should have completed my work and not went on that website I shouldn't have been on. All right. So that's the mindset we want our children to have. And I appreciate you all as parents to work with your child to make sure that they're not a part of this number of defiance, disruption, or disrespectful. Oh, no, not profanity. Okay. Moving on. This is the misbehavior data by region. So this is the bullet region. All the way to the far right, you see 2024. And these are suspensions totals. So you see that the bullet region has 201 suspensions total. And then the middle schools, which we're concerned with, Baird is doing good. They only got 2 suspensions. Tenaya doing all right, 57 suspensions. The next group, Edison region, has 173 total. And COMPUTECH, as you guys have this data already, we have 3. So we're still sitting at 3 since the last time I've spoken to you. Gaston's at 78. The next group is the Fresno region. As you can see, Cooper Middle School has 10 suspensions. Fort Miller has 29. Awani has 56 suspensions. Tioga has 8. Scandinavian has 27. Yosemite, 25. Sequoia, 23. Tehipity, 50. Kings Canyon, 33. Torrones, 27. Okay, I'll stop there. That was our behavior data. One thing I'm not going over tonight is our attendance data. There's a couple of points that we're working through right now, so I wanted to give you the best up-to-date data. There's a couple of students that we're working with though right now in families, so I'll hold off on the attendance data. Any questions about our behavior data? Julia, you see anything in the chat? We good to go? Okay. So
No, I
now
don't see
it's
nothing, Brookins. Yeah, we're good to go.
okay. Let's move on to recruitment night. Woo! This is an opportunity for us to recruit the next set of families that will come to COMPUTECH. And I need your help. We need your help. I need you to get on Nextdoor app, get on Facebook, get on TikTok, get on Instagram, and say, my child goes to an amazing school called COMPUTECH. It is the #1 school in California, tied for the most Blue Ribbon Awards. And I want you to know, if you have a 6th grade student, that it's time for them to fill out the application. All applications to COMPUTECH must be in by December 1st. So we need everyone to promote. So currently, we have been to 48 schools. That's the admin team and the counselors. We have gone into 48 schools out of the 67 to talk to 6th graders. Woo! We are working for you families. And so if you know students at any school, families, let them know they can go onto the Fresno Unified website.
Question.
Yes,
Is recruitment only for 6th graders or 7th graders as well?
only 6th graders, because we don't accept students in the 8th grade. So this is only for 6th graders who will be 7th graders next year. Great question. And you know what? I want to say this as well. I had an opportunity to speak with our community partners in the African American community, and they were assuming that there was a high number of African American students in the zip code 93706, because as you all know, of some of the historical discrimination that took place in Fresno with redlining, which had a lot of African American families living on the west side at one point. But that's no longer the case. And we have an equitable system for recruitment now. We recruit everybody. And I will tell you, Bullard region has the most African American 6th graders right now. So as you're promoting and as you guys are out talking about people coming to, families coming to COMPUTECH, if the question comes up about where students are coming from, I need you to say they come from everywhere. And our demographics at COMPUTECH almost match perfectly the county demographics for all ethnicities. I'm very proud of that, as you can tell. I
We
see a
have
hand
a
up.
hand up. Yes.
Okay. Ms. Henning, how may I help you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So, have you ever thought about entering at the Zubu where we can have a booth and hand out candy and do recruitment like that? Because
I've
that's where a
never.
lot of people market. Like when I found the kids dentist person, it was from Zubu when they were like 6, and I fell in love with what they were showing. Like, you know what I mean, like that.
Let's go to Zubu. Can you drop into our meeting too next week, Miss Henning, our parent advisory board meeting? I'll put that out to all families, but it's going to be next week. We need those great ideas to come
Yeah,
to the table, and
sure.
I'm jotting this down now. The Zubu, because I've never heard of that.
It's over a course of a few days, like not in a row. I think it's like Friday, Saturday for like a couple weekends, and yeah, you can go and have us all like parents help hand out candy and talk about CompuTech.
I love it. And then I see a hand is up. Uh, Dan and Eileen.
Oh, I put that up a little bit ago.
Oh, I'm
Actually,
sorry.
it would no, that's okay. It was just when there's a question that I had a second ago, or I wanted to bring to your attention that the when you were talking about sending a message to the teacher, um, we tried to send a message on Atlas, and I thought the message went through to the teacher, and I was wondering why isn't the teacher responding? And so I tried again to send a message, and I saw
Mhm.
this red blip come up and go away real fast, and it was an error message saying that there was um, a problem with the sending on Atlas, and so I tried it again, tried typing it again, and got the same message. And so I ended up calling the office, and the lady there got uh, the David's English teacher to give us a call, and well, we played phone tag just for a time or two, and then I called back again and reached them, and so I don't know if the other teachers or the other parents were having the same issue or not. But I did want to bring up that that's something that we experienced. Um,
Okay, thank you so much for that. And you know what? I think I have a little solution there. And Julia, I see your hand.
Mhm.
Um, it
uh-huh.
is dawning on me that all of our families don't have the direct email of our teachers. Julia, can we make sure that we get the email list? We're gonna make sure that the contact list for all staff, because
Mhm.
although it's on the website, but it needs to be direct. 'Cause the website is wonky. Like,
Yes,
we just want to send it directly to everyone.
yes.
And Mr. Dick, can you mute yourself?
Yes, I can. Well, my screen just went off. It just went into a separate screen.
Uh, I
That's
know,
okay. Oh, there you go.
Mr. Brookins, I know last week Atlas was kind of going up and down, and whenever we have problems with Atlas, there's problems with Atlas, it's even difficult for us to send any messages or emails to the teachers. So I don't know, that could have been, it could be a number of things, but yes, I will. I have that notated already down, Mr. Brookins, um,
Okay.
for staff.
Excellent. Okay. Because we want to make sure that there are no communication gaps. I spoke with a family today. One of our, everyone is wonderful, but this wonderful family. And they had sent me an email. And then they sent me a second email and said, oh, we want to make sure this didn't fall through the cracks. And guess what? It did fall through the cracks. Instead of it going to my focused inbox, it went to my other inbox because it was generated outside of the school district. So good thing I went through that. But let me move on to the next group of information. We have a school body, a student body um, council at our school, and we are so excited that these are students who ran a very strong campaign. And you guys know we're in election season. And these are the students that won. Congratulations to Layla Gutierrez, Gracia, Chloe, Elizabeth, Nevea. Those are our 7th grade student body members. And then in 8th grade, Drake and Rosario, Callum, Audrey, and Natalie, they won their positions. Woo! And I also have a student voice association, and they ran and they won. We're excited that Rebecca and Andy, Felix, Jeremiah, Angel, Ashley, Brielle, and Wayne will be helping me make crucial decisions about student activities at COMPUTECH. So I'm just excited for all the voices that will be involved in making sure COMPUTECH remains great. So let's move to the next slide. Hey, you got I ready? Parents, 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 spread the word. I am asking every student to do a minimum of 1 English and 1 math I ready lesson each week. Yes, even your student who's meeting standards already. Yes, even your student who's getting an A in math. I am asking that they do I ready lessons because those are lessons designed at their assess level to build up their skills so that by the time we get to the end of the year, every student at COMPUTECH will grow. Last year, upwards of 25% to 30% of our students, based on the SBAC, did not grow. And I don't know about you, I don't want any student to be in our care for 1 year and not grow in all of the core subjects and in PE and in the arts and of course in CTE. So please talk to your child and spread the word. We want to be that school that tries to provide the academic needs of our students any way we can, right? Now I'll move to the next slide. So this current week, only 55 students have completed their iReady lesson. And actually, this is just time on lesson. 55 students working on lessons in iReady in English. That's only 7%. So we have to increase that. Then for math this week, wow, look at that. 126 are working on a math lesson in iReady. That's 16%. So that's better. But you all know we want to be at 100%. Allow your child to develop the muscle for rigor and growth. It feels so good when you grow. And that's the feeling we want all of our kids to experience, right? So now the climate and culture survey is out. There it is. And Julia, Miss Sanchez, can we make sure we make flyers for the parent survey? And maybe me and the team, we can run out to the cars and hand this out so that every parent completes the survey. Last year, we had 241 parents complete the survey, which was more than any other school in the district. The only problem is we had 819 families though. So our goal is to get all 788 families this year to complete the survey. Now, they asked various questions on this survey. They asked, do students have a voice? Well, I believe that they do. We've set up programs for them, but this is from the parent lens, the family member lens. And so hopefully you guys will find it meaningful to complete the survey, and we appreciate any kind feedback that you can give to help us make better decisions. It's already been surfaced in this room that there are some communication issues and also um, a seemingly lack of embracing the connection our students are having to extracurricular activities and allowing for makeups and being proactive in supporting them. And so we will make that adjustment. And my expectation is that by the time we get into second quarter, families, you won't be talking about those issues anymore because I know what I've heard from our teachers, and they are wanting to support our kids in that way. So I'll be supporting them um, to make those adjustments. So at this time, I'm going to stop sharing, and we have just like 11 minutes for me to answer any questions that you may have about the activities at CompuTech. Oh, Ms. Sanchez, I forgot to tell them about the trunk or treat. Man, we have trunk or treat coming October 30th from 4:30 to 6:30. And we still need trunks. We need cars. So that is on Parent Square. It was posted up. If you guys could go and scroll to find that flyer, I will make sure that tomorrow I post it again.
4:30. What was the time again?
4:30 to 6:30.
6:30. Okay.
Any questions about um, activities or any of the information that I shared tonight to make sure that you, as the families, are armed with how we're doing as a school? Because I really appreciate your trust. Teheda,
For the trunk or treat, do you guys want organizations or can parents sign up to have a trunk and hand out candy?
great question. Yeah, we like parents individually and organizations. So on that flyer that's on Parent Square, ma'am, there's a little QR code that allows you to say what you'd like to do. And Miss Vargas, who is our climate and culture director, will get back with you and get you set up to decorate your trunk, and it'll be a nice time. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Heather, I think has a hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if you might want to send out a reminder because isn't tomorrow the second quarter sports at lunch for kids to sign up and meet the coaches?
Oh yeah, let me see.
Because a couple parents today hadn't gotten that info, so it might be good to just send that out so parents can remind their kids tonight
All right, let me put
to
it
go
on now.
tomorrow at lunch.
Yeah, let me do this now. There we go.
So yeah, just like a list of what sports are for second quarter, so parents can say, "Oh, my kid wants to do soccer. I need to remind them to go at lunch." And
Yes, yes, we want to get them
like, "Oh,
signed up.
food." Yep, thank you.
More hands, more hands. Let me see. Oh, my screen went out. Hold on, let me look. Uh, I see Dan and Eileen. How may I help you?
Hi, this may be a little off subject. I hope it's okay, but my son today, our son today, went or was told. Well, his backpack is red, and his some of the kids were telling him that that's a violation of the school dress code or something. Is that, does that apply to the backpack as well?
No, we did not apply it to the backpack this year.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know if we had to.
that's why he hasn't been made to switch it out.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Um, I appreciate that. I
If
didn't
he
know about
if
that.
he yeah, if he like a different color one, let us know because we do have backpacks.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. How much are they? Are they a different size or anything, or are they
Well,
expensive?
I don't know how big his is. Let me get with him tomorrow and see how big his backpack is. Ours are good size.
Oh, okay.
They're pretty big. Hold on a second.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Dan. They're up front. They're in the front. They're in the front office. But yeah, they're pretty good size.
that sounds good. Hey,
Yeah.
We have a
anyway, I didn't want to interrupt your talk about the trunk or treat and things. So,
Oh no, it's fine. This is what it is. It's parent meeting. This
Mr.
is you and
Perkins. We have
me.
another question in the chat.
Okay.
Miss Galavis says, "Can you repeat the information regarding second quarter sports and lunch tomorrow?"
Yes, we're trying to find it to drop it in the chat right now. And I was just about to text Heather and say, Heather, can you send me what form that you received? Because Miss Rochelle Flores is the one that sends those out.
I can go back and look in my and screenshot it to you. I
Okay.
had one other question too, because we were talking about the trunk or treat. So are kids encouraged or allowed to dress up for Halloween? What's the status on that?
Yeah, we allow dress up, but nothing that disrupts the academic environment. So, you got to be careful with that because that's kind of subjective, right? But no big wigs that disrupts the instructional environment. Outfits that you can't sit down that disrupts the environment, right? Um, Costumes where the students body they can't maneuver in class. We had to send some of those back last year. That disrupts the environment as well. The thing about our trunk or treat is it's on the day before, and so Miss Vargas is supposed to send out. We're not going to have two dress up days. It's going to just be one dress up day. So that's supposed to be on the 31st. So it's supposed to be trunk or treat. It did the 31st. But I'll let her send out her messaging about that. But that's the rule. No disruption of academic environment.
So the kids are dressing up on the 30th? Is that what you're saying?
That was my understanding from the correspondence she sent out.
Perfect. And then I had to text you the screenshot of that info about the second quarter sports, because I am on Elijah's account, and so it's disabled in chat.
Okay, yeah,
But I
that's
texted
all
it to
good.
you, so then you can add it.
Okay, okay, here it goes. Beautiful. Got it. So now I'm gonna take this. Bam, bam. Any other questions while I get ready to drop this into the chat? This was a lot of information. You guys are strong. Getting through all this information. That was a lot. In fact, let me just ask you, are you guys good with receiving that type of information in our parent meetings? Is it too much, too little? Is there information that you would like to hear at parent meetings that I'm not giving you? Okay, we're good. Okay, so it's
Okay,
just about
this is
right.
Heather. Sorry, this is Heather. One more real quick. I know a couple
No,
parents have been asking too about like field trips and other extracurricular type things. And I know you've mentioned that there were some opportunities last year for kids, but are there any standard field trips that, like, say, seventh graders do or eighth graders that parents can kind of have on their radar?
yeah. So Heather, this is where it gets rough because every course subject, not every course subject, but many of our specialty subjects have a field trip attached to it. So, for instance, like Men's Alliance already went on their field trip.
Well,
Women's
I know
Alliance,
choir did one. It was just, we didn't know about it till the permission slip came home like 3 days before. So it's kind of just
yeah,
a thing of if there are any like anticipated field trips, if parents can kind of be notified of that. So maybe even just asking the teachers that if they have a scheduled field trip for this school year to let us know. Because like a friend almost didn't get to go on the choir trip because he didn't give his mom the permission slip, and she found out because I
mm,
told her about it. So we just don't want
mm.
kids to miss out on stuff because we didn't know.
And we'll have a lot of that. So good, Julia. Can we? I'm going to grab. I'm gonna grab. I'm going to send out for our master calendar. We should just share the master calendar with the families instead of trying to drip line it and then they end up getting it late.
That would be
So
awesome.
just remind me to work with admin tomorrow since we have our meeting. We're just going to take the whole master calendar and just put it in a format and just send that out and we'll just keep sending it instead of this because I that is something that I was concerned about. For instance, like we have the UCLA trip coming up.
Uh-huh.
So I went back to count the counselors and said, hey, make a flyer for it and get it out to the parents.
Yes.
Because their normal practice was just to hand out field trip slips. But I'm like, the families need to know because that's who needs
Yes.
to sign it. Right.
Yep.
So Miss Heather, you're dead on with
So is
and
that UCLA trip for 7th or 8th graders?
I think this one is eighth grade.
Okay.
I think it's eighth grade. Okay, I'm about to send this to myself. Uh-oh. More hands. Come on, parents. We got a few more minutes before I have to check out. I love being with you guys. Anything else I can answer? Noah.
I just had a question. I know we got letters, seventh grade parents got letters about the science curriculum, health science curriculum about I think it was what like sexually transmitted diseases, something
Yes.
along those lines.
Yes.
And then it also said something about getting a copy of the curriculum beforehand, before it is taught, because I
Yes.
believe it was going to be taught the last week of October, correct?
Yes. So
Where
the
can we
curriculum.
get those, the curriculum?
Yeah, yeah, you come into the main office and we
Mhm.
have a space for all families to go right through the curriculum. But we don't
Okay.
have a bunch of copies that we send out. So the curriculum
Oh, okay.
sits, yeah, it sits in the front office. And
Hmm.
then just come in and say, I would like to see the curriculum for science. The
Okay.
I think it's called positive prevention
Okay.
Yes.
curriculum. And yeah, we had probably 10 families last year come in at various times and we
Okay.
just make a spot for you and then yeah, you go through the curriculum.
Okay, perfect. And then when can we start doing that?
Oh, now it's
Oh,
available.
okay.
It's available in the
Okay,
main
perfect.
office.
And then one more thing, the quarter awards are October what?
23rd.
Okay, 23rd. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
We have another question. How did Computech do on the fundraiser?
PTSO sent me some tentative numbers. If Emma is on, Emma, are you on? Emma, are you on? Well, the tentative numbers were right over 1,000. Wait, okay. Were right over $1,000 for the general fund of PTSO. And PTSO is supposed to have a meeting potentially this Thursday um, at 5:30. More questions? Heather, what are you thinking?
I was actually David had his hand up first. If you want to have him go first.
Oh, David?
Miss Henning. So,
Oh, yeah.
with all the sports ending, are there going to be anything with the sports ending before the new quarters, like any like sports parties or anything like that before the new quarter of the sports start?
Yeah, that's sports by sport and by coach. So we don't do a big thing for all of the sports. We acknowledge them in the assembly, but each coach, and so please reach out to Rochelle Flores. Each team does their own little get together. So that will come directly from the coach. That's not the school site setting up the event.
And then my other question was the trunk or treat. If we sign up for the trunk, are we bringing our own candy? And if so, like how much should we bring?
Bring a lot. And yeah, you do. Yeah, bring a
Okay.
lot because there were like 1,000 people last year that came through here. I think they said it was more than that because it truly is for the community. So the whole community, is gonna is getting the word about the trunk or treat, and they come through. It's really nice.
So my follow up with that was at my kid's school last year, um, or I mean my nephew's school last year. Their advisory teacher is their number one teacher. So it was a school wide competition of who got candy donated, and the advisory teacher that got the most school candy donated, they got a pizza party. So I was thinking that might be something fun for the kids to get involved and ask neighbors, friends, to where we can actually get a lot of candy at the school. And then the winning advisory teacher and their students get a pizza party.
I love that. So we would probably have to do it through. We probably couldn't do it through advisory only because the kids don't meet in advisory that often. And
Or maybe,
so,
or maybe
but
like
maybe
in
we can do
period
it.
1 and 2, odd and even, the first class of the day.
Yeah, their first classes of the day. Yep. They're odd. Yeah, odd first period class.
And then that candy's kind of distributed equally. So like one car doesn't run out.
Right, right.
This is Heather.
And
You'd likely get a lot more people volunteering because like I would love to like have my trunk out, but I can't afford to buy the candy. So if you're providing the candy, you're more likely to get people willing to set up.
yeah, yeah. Um, I like this idea. We can do that. We can do that. I'm going to turn it over to the climate and culture specialist though, because she's going to have to be the one to put the flyer out, and then Julia will have a box in the front. So when families pull up, even when they drop off their kids, we can have a box out there when people drop off, right? When they go around the little circle.
Yes.
And kids that are bringing them from home on the buses, obviously they'll have to carry it in their backpack. And then we
Yes.
can have a box in the back. Then they just drop it in the box. Then we take all of them, right? And just keep putting it out there.
Yep. We can do that.
I think that'd be super awesome.
Be a good
Oh
idea.
my,
We could,
oh my, goodness.
Brookings, can we do like one in first period pizza party and one in second period pizza party? Or everybody in first?
Well, yeah, it's just everyone in first because
First.
that's going to be, yeah. 'Cause remember, we have
Oh,
two
yeah.
days, but yeah, it's just
Yes.
first period.
That'll be
Yeah.
good.
I wonder who's going to win. I bet the seventh graders, our seventh graders are like, I love the eighth grade. I love them because we're twins because we came here at the same time. But my goodness, our seventh grade kids are on fire. They are on fire. No, when I walk in the classrooms, Mr. Brookins, look. They want to show me their work. They want to tell me how they got it. In fact, I have a video of art class today. Maybe I'll post it up now. I have a video of art class. Kids are creating, doing amazing things. And I'm going to be taking more and more pictures to families of what's happening around the campus so that you all can kind of see in real time what the learning is like. That's all we have time for tonight. I just looked up, I'm 6 minutes late. I got to get over to, I have to teach tonight. But I just want you all to know that I love you. In fact, let me put the code, the parent survey code, um, back on the screen. That way, everyone can make sure that they do the climate survey, um, because your voice matters. And so I'm going to do that. And there we go. And so please, please, please complete the survey. We appreciate anything you can do for that. Our numbers were a little low tonight for the parent meeting, which means I didn't do a good job getting the word out there. So I'll do better next time. But oh
Fair
yes,
night. The fair night. $2
you
today.
you mean people would rather go to the fair than the
Not me, because I'm here with you,
Julie?
Perkins.
You gonna break my heart. Don't tell me that. All right. Anyway, listen, love you guys. Have a great night. We're going to go ahead and log off. Thank you, Julia, for all you
Thank you
do.
all. No,
I
you're welcome.
appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank
And
you
I
all,
appreciate
parents.
all of you. Thank you, James. I appreciate you too, champion. It's awesome. And I'm going to log off. I normally wait for everyone to get off first, but yeah, I'll wait.
Bye, Mr. Brookins.
All right. Take care. Get you some rest.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you deserve it.
Okay, bye. God bless you.
Yes, bless you too. Thank you, Fabiola. Fabiola, appreciate you as well.
Good night, Mr. Brookins.
All right. Have a good night.